really cool to get such a close-up look at this shorebird. In terms of scenic views and wildlife, the Pacific Northwest is second to none. With miles of coastline, interior desert scrubland, breathtaking mountains, and lush forests, there's truly something for everyone in this part of the country. Of course, the birds in this region are also specialized and unique. We made a trip out to Oregon to explore the natural areas and see all that the state has to offer.
Hey everybody, Derek and Ryan here from Badgerland Birding. We just got to Portland, so we just got out of the airport, and we're excited to see what birds we can find here.
Yeah, we'll see what our first bird is. That's something we always keep track of. I have a feeling it'll be like a house sparrow or something, but you know, whatever, we're here. It's gonna be a cool trip and gonna be tons of fun.
In the Colorado airport where we had a layover, we did get some American robins, so that was our airport bird for the trip, and let's see what we can get.
First bird of Oregon, herd only house sparrow. Yeah, that's not ideal, but that's okay. That means it's all gonna get better from here. Joined by our friends, the Burden family, we began our trip, heading to possibly the most well-known natural landmark in the entire state of Oregon.
So we're actually on our way to Cannon Beach to hopefully get views of some tufted puffins. There's this area called Haystack Rock. It's probably one of the most well-known places in Oregon, and we're hoping to get our first views of puffins ever. So pretty stoked about that. What do you think? Do you think we'll see some puffins today?
I think so. I think usually the factor is if it's foggy, then you have trouble seeing them, or sometimes I think they just aren't showing up at that particular moment. But I think if we're there for long enough, we have a great chance to see some puffins. And then there should also be some other cool seabirds there as well, and some tide pools, and a lot of different things to check out. Everybody said that this is the place to go. Not only just the bird people, but the tourist people that I've talked to too are like, go to this beach, Cannon Beach in Haystack Rock, so it should be a good time. Before getting too far, we made a stop at a fruit stand to get some classic Pacific Northwest produce.
So we stopped at a fruit stand here, so that means it's time for another fruit review. So we got some cherries. I believe these are the Bings, and these are the Rainier cherries. So we'll start with a Bing cherry. I think that's the one that I'm most familiar with. Looks good. Super sweet. It's a quality cherry. I'm gonna wait to review till we do both. These are a lot lighter. Ooh, more firm than the other one. I'm giving that one a 9.2, giving the other one an 8.5. Quality cherries.
Not only were the cherries delicious, but a handful of different bird species were hanging out in the fields of flowers and other plants.
At the fruit stand, we had lesser goldfinch, American goldfinch, white crowned sparrow, turkey vulture. So already picking up some neat species. Very pleasant out here. Awesome to get some fresh fruit, and we'll continue making our way to Cannon Beach.
Eventually, we arrived in the oceanside town of Cannon Beach. This quaint tourist destination was pretty much exactly what someone would expect from a city built for people looking to have fun in the sun and sand. We walked to an overlook, excited to get our first view of the Pacific Ocean. There we saw numerous brown pelicans splashing around in the water. Next, we made our way toward Haystack Rock, a place that would be the focus of our efforts for the next few days. There we have a look at Haystack Rock where we're stationary. We can finally actually see it, and we at first thought it was the little one to the left. Turns out it's that massive one that's just sticking out of the ocean. So we'll head over there and we'll see if we can find any cool birds. We should maybe be able to get some common murres, and if we're super lucky, puffins, but it seems like the puffins are a little hit or miss. The rock itself was extremely impressive, jutting out of the water with thousands of birds flying around it, visible even from a distance. The first birds we noticed were the common murres resting on the rock. These penguin-esque birds were extremely numerous and marked our first life bird of the trip. While we were excited to see them, our first order of business was to get eyes on a tufted puffin, which we actually did quite quickly.
We got a puffin! It's on the top right, kind of in the grasses. We were making our way up, and it's just this huge, like, incredible feature of a rock. And there's all this cool landscape and all these people and birds coexisting. And we saw a bunch of common murres in the distance, still trying to get better looks of those, but our first puffin!
Soon after we spotted the puffins, they took off. Even so, getting the chance to see these iconic birds, along with the fanfare surrounding them in the area, was incredibly fun.
So that puffin didn't really stay too long. It was kind of sitting in that one spot and then it left. And then I did see another one fly out of the colony too. But what an iconic bird at an iconic location. So hopefully we can get some better looks tomorrow. But what a cool place to be. Would definitely recommend checking this place out if you're ever in the area. They also had some people talking about like the educational stuff, like telling the differences between a puffin and a murre. And we saw some other birders here who will look for the puffins as well. So it's definitely captured the attention of kind of the general public and just other birders who want to come see these cool species.
Getting to check Tufted Puffin off our life list gave us the opportunity to focus on some of the other wildlife around Haystack Rock. Some of the notable species included pelagic cormorants, pigeon guillemots, and a bald eagle that caused many of the birds to scatter. Also in the area was a shorebird that allowed us to get some fantastic views.
So right on the edge of this pool, there's a little western sandpiper. This has actually been one of the birds we've been able to get the closest to. It's just foraging amongst the people, not really caring. And you can definitely see the kind of rusty tones on the face, that bill that droops slightly down. That's a pretty neat find, and we were super excited to see this one. What do you think about the western?
I think that's a cool bird, and we got so close to it, which is a big time contrast from every other time a western sandpiper's been around, where it's been super distant views, like having to look through a scope, someone being like, see that blob over there? That's a western sandpiper. So here you can see the ID features, you can see that droopy bill, that reddish color. Really cool to get such a close-up look at this shorebird. After spending a decent amount of time in Haystack Rock, we decided to call it a day. We actually saw both of the target birds that we were searching for here, the common murre and also the tufted puffin, which was really cool, but the downside was that the lighting was really bad and it was right in our face, making it tough to see. So even though we saw both of these species plus a few more cool ones, we're going to come back and we are going to try to do this when there is a little bit better light and maybe we can get some clearer views of both of these species. So I don't know if we'll be able to find them again, but we're going to try and see what we can get at Haystack Rock on day 2. Before heading out for dinner, we still had to walk back to our hotel, where we encountered a few more species, including white-crowned sparrows, barn swallows, and violet-green swallows. After a very successful day of traveling and birding, we finally concluded our efforts. So we're in the room that we are staying in near Cannon Beach, and this is our first night here. This hotel seems like it's very old in a classic, kind of almost Victorian sort of way. So I'm going to give you a quick little tour of everything that's in here, and you can kind of see the vibe that's in here, I guess. So we'll go in the bathroom first. Also, I have almost no idea how to turn the lights on in this place, but look at this shower. I don't even know what to make of that. And then here's what the general room setup looks like. There's Derek. Comes complete with one bed that we will apparently be sharing.
We did not bring this. This came with the room. So
what do you think it was for?
I'm hoping it's for looking at the birds on the Haystack Rock, but it's hard to say. So that's what we're going to be doing. But yeah, this was in here when we got here.
Yeah, TV, that's pretty standard, some Victorian furniture, and then this is the best feature. A separate room just for taking a bath in. So this is just a bath, there's no toilet, there's no shower, just a bath. So this is where we're going to be for the next couple of days, and hopefully it's not haunted. Our first day birding in Oregon was incredibly fun, as we found 2 life birds. It was even better that one of them was the tufted puffin, one of the state's most iconic species. Be on the lookout for our next video on day 2 of birding in Oregon. Also, check out our puffin merch on our website with a link in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Badgerland Birding.